be a sponge, and then bring the juice.
By focusing on your improvement, by focusing on your progress, and eliminating any fixed mindset that you may have and acts of perfectionism, then you encourage your own mastery.
On some level, we do what we want to do 24 hours a day. Now, sometimes it may not seem like that, but if I'm choosing to work instead of sleep, what I'm actually saying is keeping my job is more important than sleeping.
I'm tired of this. I'm tired of getting beat. What can I do to get over this hump? So mentally, that's when I kind of put that forefront, like, hey, it's either all or nothing.
I like to put failure in quotations because I don't believe that failure is true failure if you're looking at it with the right mindset.
The truth is, the journey to greatness is hard. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes focus, and every day you have to decide what you value, what you want to pursue, and what you want to achieve. And if you dig deep enough, if you push hard enough, we all have what it takes to be great. Welcome to the Edge of Greatness. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Dose. It is February 7th. That's Tuesday, and as promised, we are going to get back to the 7 pillars of greatness. And today, pillar number 6 is resilience. But what is resilience? It's a big word. It has a lot of different meanings to different people, in my opinion. I think I've heard people explain it in a lot of different ways. So let's start with just a simple definition. It's one that you get from the dictionary. It's defined as the ability of a person to adjust or recover readily from. And this is why it's a pillar. Because when you are chasing something that is challenging, when you are trying to pursue greatness, you're going to face different types of obstacles. And your ability to adjust or to recover from are going to determine your ability to continue. When you think about it, adversity is going to be a part of your life. Struggle, failure, and all importantly, time. It's going to take time to get where you're trying to go. All of those things require you to be resilient. When you face adversity, you come under pressure, you come under struggle, you come under tension. You have to be resilient in the face of those things. When you fail, your ability to adjust from that failure gives you an ability to move forward. And ultimately, there are no shortcuts. So you're going to face the challenge of doing something consistently and continuously over a long period of time. There's an incredible book, one that, in my opinion, changed everything for me when it came to resilience. And it was The Art of Resilience. It's by Ross Edgley. I highly recommend it. And if you like Audibles, I definitely recommend the Audible version because he reads the book and you can feel the emotion, the connection, and all of the things that go into creating this piece of work when he decided to swim around Great Britain. And if you're not sure what that means, is he's literally in the water and then on a boat and then in the water and then on a boat until he swims the entire distance around the island of Great Britain. If there's not a moment in someone's life that has more struggle than that, I don't know what would. But in it, he chronicles all of his experiences. He talks about the science of resilience, the science of exercise, the adaptability of the human body. And it's a very interesting story with a really cool human connection to it. But ultimately, I look at resilience as our ability to consistently move forward with strength through adversity with a mindset that allows us to not be stubborn. Because we could be stubborn and just pound our head and move forward, right? We have that ability to work through struggle and adversity. It's the part where not just readily recover, but to adjust that makes resilience so important. Those two things together is why it's a pillar. Because we do need to be able to bounce back. We do need to be able to recover from things. But more importantly, we need to be able to bounce back and adjust. That adjustability gives us freedom to explore these areas that we're trying to become great at, to fail, to fall short, to do it wrong, and then to go, okay, here's my adjustment, let's bounce back. It's a process that I think that takes time, but the only way to get better at being resilient is to constantly put ourselves in those pressure cooker situations. Much like the famous saying is, a diamond's created under pressure, so are we. You know, the more time we put ourselves in tough, challenging situations, the better we become adapted to those situations. This is something that I've learned through my life in the health and fitness world as a trainer, but it serves a purpose beyond exercise. It serves a purpose with our mind. So while our bodies can adapt to these pressures and these struggles and these adversities and these changes that we have to put ourselves through to grow muscle and to develop, our mind is the same way. So put yourself in situations where you're struggling. Challenge yourself. Fail. Don't be afraid of the adversity that comes with doing something that's hard. And stay consistent over time, and we become more resilient and more capable of achieving the greatness that we seek. As always, guys, keep reaching for the stars. Fall flat on your face, but remember, whenever we fall, always get up. Thank you for joining us today on the Edge of Greatness podcast. If you haven't yet, please take a minute now to subscribe and review our show. Join us again next week as we continue to dig deeper into the key components of greatness. The path to greatness is never linear, so remember to keep pursuing greatness no matter what. Keep stretching your abilities, reach for the stars, and fall flat on your face. But remember, no matter what happens, whenever we fall, always get up. Until next time, I'm Charles Schultz, and this was the Edge of Greatness podcast.